Mula gang, it's your boy Mac Mula, aka Mr. Mula Mac, and I'm back with another video. It seems like Lil Durk is getting more and more and more and more and more and more and more cooked every time we hear something. Judge has officially ruled that the prosecution can use all evidence seized from phone against Lil Durk at trial. One of the main pieces of evidence against Lil Durk will officially be used at trial after a judge denied his motion to suppress the phone evidence, meaning prosecutors can use all evidence obtained from the seized phone against him. I don't know why y'all even expected. I'm to the point where I don't understand why y'all thought he was going to beat the feds in the first place. Why did y'all expect that the judge was going to have mercy on him? The judge was going to rule in his favor. Y'all think the YSL trial is all these people trial. That's y'all problem. But let's get into the video. Shout out 1090J. Let's get
Now, my mixtapes was posted to Instagram that a judge has officially ruled that the prosecution can use all evidence from the seized phone against Lil Durk at trial. One of the main pieces of evidence against Lil Durk will officially be used at trial after a judge denied his motion to suppress the phone evidence, meaning prosecutors can use all evidence obtained from the seized phone against him. Keep in mind, the feds stated they were only able to obtain 4 screenshots and haven't been able to hack into the actual phone. So what they have might not be that much. But the bigger news story is prosecutors allege Quando Rondo affiliate tried to squash beef with Lil Durk, who replied, "Take the piece of this switch," according to new documents. And instead of just reading all this, I'm gonna let Trap break it down.
All right, so the feds just got a bunch of Lil Durk's messages, and it's very, very bad. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to go back to saying Durk's cooked because this is devastating. Apparently,
We're gonna have to go back to saying Durk's cooked. That's y'all delusional ass. I've been saying he cooked the whole time. That's y'all delusional ass. And my thing is, y'all know he's cooked. Y'all just don't want him to be because he make good music. Like, gang, look at this dumbass comment. Take a piece of the switch is frivolous evidence. If a nigga gang responsible for your own man's death, I'm certain you will reject the peace treaty too, just like Durk. Y'all forcing subliminal narratives. Okay. Whatever, bro. So you're take a piece of the switch. Right. So we're just gonna act like we don't know what that means. Even though Quando Rondo, when they came to shoot him, they shot him with a switch. But yeah, we're just supposed to act like Lil Durk didn't know nothing about it, and he's just a great Muslim man, right? Yeah.
Quando Rondo or one of his associates, they're saying in the paperwork one of his associates, but if you remember, there was some leaked texts going around where allegedly Quando Rondo...
Stay safe. Come on, cuz you know me. I ain't fearing shit, but we could dead this shit. Fuck the social media shit. Let's talk this out in person. No one else, just us. Do a show. You good, folks. I don't believe that, big bro. What you want? What's your number? Call me. Like I said, cuz, stay safe. Fuck it, damn.
It wasn't cuz. He said cool. That's some Chicago shit. He said cool. Cool is like bro, cuz. It's the same shit, but it's not cuz. It's cool. What up, cool? You good, cool?
I'm ready for whatever. We can talk shit out or it's whatever, cuz I want to dead this shit. This shit got me losing money.
For real. I feel him.
Allegedly, Durk
is
telling
bread.
Quando, stay safe. Quando, and this is typed how Quando talk. Come on, cuz, you know me. I ain't fearing shit, but we could dead this shit. And Durk saying, do a show. You good, folks. Basically, like, yeah, do a show. I dare you. Just see what happens. And he did the show, and he got shot at.
Why do y'all want us to ignore facts? He did the show, got shot at. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about, bro? Have you ever needed your paycheck to just come a little early? Like, yeah, you get paid on Friday, but it's Tuesday and you need the money now. There's a banking app called Current, and they got a whole bunch of super useful features on this app. And one of the best features is it lets you access up to $750 of your paycheck early if you qualify. With Current, you get a full list of features like paycheck advance, fee-free overdraft, the build card, and more. Now, paycheck advance is my favorite, but if you focused on building credit, or if you just want a smoother way to manage your money, it handles everything in one app. And I know how I feel for your paycheck to be coming Friday, but you need your money Monday, and it's an emergency, and you need that money now, and you can't get that money now because you gotta wait, but you can't wait. And that's why I partner with them. And right now, they're giving $75 to anybody who signs up for the Current app using the link that's in my description or scanning the QR code that's on the screen. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign-up page where you can create your account. Just go through the normal sign-up steps, enter your information, and order your Current card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option that pops up to enter my promo code. And that promo code is going to access your $75 when you switch your direct deposit. Make sure you go through the full sign-up process so you do not miss out on the $75. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful or even just tight sometimes, it's definitely worth just checking out because that's literally what it's designed for. Helping people just like you stay more on top of your finances.
Was in Durk's DMs pleading with him to squash the beef. But anyway, all right, regardless of exactly, we don't know if those are completely real, but apparently in a group chat with a bunch of Durk's co-conspirators, Coco number 4, Coco number 5, other people on the case, after these alleged attempts from Quando Rondo's side to try and squash the beef, a peace treaty was demanded. Durk said in that group chat, like a ruthless gangster kingpin, this is like something out of Scarface. He said, make peace, take a piece of the switch. He said you can get a piece of the switch, bro. Unbelievable, bro. This guy's a real life mob boss. What can I say? Like, this is the way that he is talking, okay? It's devastating. So the feds have just released a few more of his text messages.
Now watch how everybody try to act like we supposed to ignore this. We supposed to act like this is in federal documentation, by the way. But everybody, we supposed to act like this ain't what's going on. We supposed to act like this is just normal. And he was just playing it. Man, y'all niggas ass is delusional, bro. Y'all delusional. Y'all delusional. I seen a nigga get charged with a murder with no evidence other than the fact that he had the gun that the murder was done with in the car with him. And he was in the car by himself. It's got 17 years for that, man. Get the fucking, man, come on, man.
Also announced some big updates.
Y'all are crazy
and
as hell.
Look, everybody that was saying that I was capping the other day when I said that Lil Durk's phone evidence was going to be allowed, yes, the judge hadn't signed it off, but I heard in court with my own ears, the judge said that he was going to allow Durk's phone evidence to be used. He even said, look, if you need more time to go over it, if Durk's defense need more time to go over it,
Bro, what who the fuck y'all know that's showing up to the court taking his own note? Man, if y'all don't like and subscribe to Trap Lil Ross, if y'all don't go follow right now,
can push that
maybe
evidence
every time he say something, y'all act like he capping, like he not in the courtroom.
towards the end of the trial, and he would make his ruling official later on. But I told you guys that the judge was going to allow the phone. People were talking. Look, everyone was coping. It was cope. People talking about
Good
I
word,
wasn't
bro.
telling the truth. Brother, what have you seen? What's the news? Phone's going to be allowed. But what's really, really crazy is, like, in addition to that, okay, look, if you want to think I'm lying when
Look at this dumbass comment. Brian Steele, my client agreed to squash the beef and offered to play him a game of a Nintendo Switch. Jury, not guilty. Your client agreeing to squash the beef. What beef? It's not legal to have street beef and be shooting back and forth at each other. What beef?
You can see now that I was telling the truth before. The judge said outright that the feds can keep trying to crack the phone, and if they get all the way into the phone, because right now they've just got images, but they've got permission to crack the phone.
Right.
The phone is allowed as evidence, and the judge said previously, I heard him say, he said if they crack the phone and get all the evidence off the phone, then, you know, we can have another conversation about how to include that in the trial. Now, this is really bad for Durk. Not just the fact that this damning message has come out on his phone.
Yeah, I know damn well he did that shit, man.
But everybody's also saying the copium that's going around is now, well, Durk took a W because they're gonna let him use his expert witness. But as the judge said when I was in court listening to him, the judge is on some stuff where he basically is like, look, rather than excluding evidence, I don't have a habit of excluding things. I'm more likely to let everybody get all of their witnesses in and have both sides. So we don't know. It's not been signed and sealed and delivered, but I have a strong feeling based on what the judge said
Sound
in
like
court
a fair
last
judge?
week that Durk's witnesses are going to be allowed, the government's witnesses are going to be allowed, and now the government is saying, look, we might be able to trim like 8 to 10 witnesses.
These lawyers be having some dumb. One thing I do know, a lot of times your lawyer has some dumbass witness. They had your grandma or your auntie or your fucking third grade teacher coming there. Lil Durk was a good boy. He always did his homework and he always put his pencils back where they belong. Lawyers be having, because you gotta think about it, bro. The lawyer is trying to sell you a dream. They trying to sell you a dream like, look, you can beat it. You can beat it. Pay me to go to trial. Come on. Give me $2 million. I promise you we can beat it, man. We can do it. We can do it, man. We can fucking do it. I'm going to bring your third grade teacher in, right? Then I'm going to get the girl in Chicago that does your retwist for your dreads. Then I'm going to get your barber. Then I'm going to get the producer that you signed to when you were 19, and they're going to come and witness, and they're going to talk about how much of a, and then we're going to go get your pastor. Then we're going to go get Pastor Brooks. Shout out to Pastor Brooks, man. You keep doing your thing. Then we're going to go get Pastor Brooks. And Pastor Brooks is going to come up here and say how he had stupid shit. Selling you a dream so you can pay some more money. They can get rich as hell. And then you go to prison, you rotten. And they go back to the suburbs with their nice family, bro.
And make our case just go by way quicker. So them 35 witnesses they got on the table, they might not even need all of them. I'm sorry, folks, but this is bad for Durk.
And again, this is gonna take, what was it expected to take, like up to 2 weeks for this trial? Like, this isn't gonna be no one and done thing, and the coverage is gonna be primarily through Ross, because they're not gonna allow, you know, TV news crews, none of that. Like, we're not gonna witness it how we have with some of the other trials.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be whatever reporter is in there. So if you,
from my understanding, the feds don't allow like camera, like how the YSL trial was like on camera, and like a lot of state trials. A lot of trials that be on state, the witnesses be on camera, the testimony be on camera, be phone, like all that type of stuff in there. From my understanding, never went to jail for real. Never, damn sure didn't go to no damn. I mean, I've been to court for traffic shit, but I ain't never really been to court. I never been to a trial. I never been in a trial. I've never been, you know, I've never been in those places, but. Or in the federal prison system or jail system in general. But I do know from my understanding that the feds don't allow cameras in their trials.
If you want to actually get the full breakdown, make sure you jumping on Ross's page, because he's the only one really with boots on the ground with this whole trial.
Yeah.
Somebody would comment, Brian Steele, my client agreed, not guilty. I mean, we're going to read the paperwork. We're going to get to that. But if that was actually said, that's some gangster shit. Y'all talking about peace. Take a piece of this switch. And if we're keeping it gangster, Lil Pab was killed by a switch. Kind of ironic, right? I mean,
it's not ironic, bro. It's fucking. It's not ironic. It's clear. That's what it is. It's clear that. Come on, bro. What are we talking about right now, gang? So the nigga Lil Durk said, take a piece of this switch. And then all his friends and his homeboys hopped on a plane from Chicago to LA, used the company credit card to pay for rentals, drove and stalked this man in LA for like a day or two, killed him at the hospital, at the gas station, with a switch. And we just supposed to think it's just coincidence.
That's what happened.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying. Now, before I dive into the paperwork, reading exactly what was said to Quando, or at least Quando's camp, I just want to remind y'all how hard this hit Quando and even Lil Tim.
You had a situation in LA where you lost your friend, Lil Pap. He actually died in your arms.
Am I the only person who thought Vlad, until I seen Vlad face, am I the only person who thought he was a nigga?
That changed you forever.
Like I said, I really don't have beef with the world. My beef is really mainly in the music industry. With that happening to my right hand mans, that's the reason I think like ain't no rules.
Oh God, it ain't.
Ain't no rules. I might feel like I won't shoot up nobody's house. You might feel like that.
Right.
You might feel like I might feel like I won't shoot at nobody while they with their kids.
Right.
You might feel like that. I used to think like this nigga ain't like that or that nigga ain't like that. he don't mean what he say, man. Check this out. I ain't gonna lie. I hope everybody know I mean what I say. And boy, I promise you, boy, I think you mean what you saying to me. Ain't no rules, bruh.
I mean, that's a fact.
I'm not gonna take
One of
what
the
you
only
say
ways
lightly.
I can relate to what he's saying is when I got cut in prison, I didn't think that kid was gonna do it. I thought he was soft. They literally, at the first prison we were at, stole all his shit. And he didn't do nothing about it. He just sat on his bunk quietly.
That's why I tell y'all, like, nobody's soft. Like, you know how niggas be like, you a bitch. You on the internet, you soft. You ain't like that. You ain't like that. Maybe he never felt like he had to be like that, but every man is like that. Everybody is like that. Put him in a corner if you want to. You could put the nicest dog, the nicest cat in the world. Wouldn't hurt a fly. Back them into a corner and get to the point where they feel like their life is threatened. Any animal, any human, any animal, period, any living organism, back them into a corner to where they feel like they have to, and they'll do it. People always say, oh, you scary, you soft, you not like that, you a bitch, you was this, that, and third. I don't give a damn if he grew up in the suburbs or rich area, whatever the case is. You think because you from Chicago, you tough, and because he from fucking the suburbs of LA, you think he not tough. Okay, try him. Try him. See what happened. How many men do you know? Whether I don't give a damn, you 5'3", 5'2", 96 pounds, 275 pounds, 6'5", whatever you is, bro. How many men you know could just smack the shit out of you? Walk up on the street, smack the fuck out of them, and then just stare at them, and they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. They don't push you. They don't punch you. They don't pull their gun out. They don't do nothing. Motherfucker always think somebody soft until the soft motherfucker do something crazy. Now you like, oh my God, that's called underestimating your opponent. You will get your ass killed. You will die underestimating your opponent in real life, bro. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So that's why I hate when people talk tough over the internet. Like, bro, I've been saying this for years. I don't give a damn what you say on the internet, bro. You ain't tough. Just because you feel like you from Chicago and you shot a nigga before, okay, so what? That mean you bulletproof now? That mean when a bullet hit your skin, it's gonna bounce off because you shot a nigga before? Or when a blade hit your face in this scenario and Jake's scenario, when a blade hit your face, you just, it's cool. It don't do nothing. It's like cutting cement. Like, nah, bro. No. The softest motherfucker will kill you too. It's not that hard to kill somebody. All you gotta do is this.
And then at the next prison, when he got around a whole bunch of people and they gassed him up, I got popped. You know what I mean? And the kid that fired me up, the back of my head, I didn't think he was on that. I got popped. Every time I underestimated somebody, I learned a lesson, and I have a sky as a reminder. Every time I underestimated somebody, you know, it's just, that's life.
Exactly.
And a lot of people die thinking
somebody else pussy. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are out in public and they see something and they see someone and they think in their head,
he pussy. He ain't gonna do that.
All these people around, all these cameras around,
right,
they ain't gonna do it.
Right.
And then they die.
Yeah.
They die like Duck. They die like Vaughn.
No dissing. I mean, he ain't dissing, but yeah.
I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah.
Underestimating people because
even Vaughn, like he said, even with Vaughn, Duck. Those are two great examples. Duck thought he was particularly safe being over there, and honestly, shit, a lot of people did, bro. King Vaughn was like, man, I'm finna go whoop this little boy ass, and we finna go in the club, man. Fuck you, cause niggas always got a plan until it don't go how they think it's gonna go. You think if King Von knew Lil Tim was gonna hop out the car, he still would have went over there and punched Quando like that? Probably not, right? At least he would have did something different. At least he would have pulled Tim out the car first, or he would have had his homies do. He would have did something different if he knew that was gonna happen. But you see, what people don't understand about life is you don't know what's gonna happen until it happens. See how that works? When you drove to work yesterday, you didn't think about running over some glass and your tire popping and you catching a flat tire in the middle of the freeway. Till it happened, then you just like, shit, I gotta call a tow truck. Yeah, I know. Underestimation, bro. Underestimation. And this is why I promote to y'all, when I say stay safe, that's what I mean. I don't mean just keep a gun. No, I mean look around, know what's going on, understand that it can happen at any moment, at any time, at any place, and you got to be prepared for it at all times, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody trick you out your position, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody finesse you into losing all the shit that you got to lose. Your kids and your family and your job and your career and your sponsorships or whatever the case is. But understand that it could happen. Be prepared. Be prepared. But if backed into a corner, or if somebody ever put their hands on you, see, I'm not one of these guys. You can say whatever you want to say to me. You can say whatever you want to say to me. If you get close to threatening me, or if you get close to putting your hands on me, then I feel like I got to defend myself. And I'm not even saying I'll win the fight or the battle or whatever it is. But I'm going to defend myself and my family with everything in me. So.
In your mind, you might have some sense.
Right. Everybody ain't got sense
around,
like that.
all these cameras around. There's probably a cop down the street. I'm not going to do this shit right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's with his family. He's with his girl. He's with da-da-da. He's with his kids. I'm not going to do this right here.
Right.
They're not thinking like that. They'd rather do it and, you know,
get it over with.
Ride out the consequences after.
Right.
And to hear Quando held Lil Pab in his final moments, that would traumatize anybody.
Exactly.
Anybody.
Exactly.
Quando Rondo, Lil Pab, and some other people go out to LA. They stop at a gas station across the street from the Beverly Center.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly where they was at too.
A group of guys,
used to get gas there all
three
the time,
guys with ski masks come out and open fire on the car. Lil Pab was pumping gas at the time.
It's a Target. It's a Target. What else right there? I think it might be like a Marshall. I know I used to go there for Target though. It's a Target right across the street from the Beverly Center, and like right behind it on the other side of it is where the gas station is at. And I used to get my gas there all the time, bro. I think I was in LA when they did that shit. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I was living in LA at the time, if I'm not mistaken. That was just a bad place to do it. It was a bad place, but it was, you know, Quando not from LA, so it ain't like they could have called him in the hood. But yeah, that was a bad place.
He gets shot, and he dies in Quando Rondo's arms. Now, you said you actually knew Pab before you knew Quando.
Right.
That was your man.
Right. I had got a call, like he was on the way to the hospital and that he was about to go on surgery and stuff. So I'm like, all right, he gonna be good. But really, from like the looks of it, looked like he was already dead on the scene. But then I was just like, you know, when somebody passed away, all you do is think about the memories y'all had.
Yeah.
Do you feel, when you heard the news, did you have an idea who you think was behind the shooting?
Not at first.
What's your wait? Hold on. What's your thoughts on Quando before I get off? Because I like you and Young Boy shit. I thought it was Quando that was beat up. Okay, he got beat up. He did not kill Vaughn. He got beat up. Do you hold that animosity against him that Vaughn died?
I hold animosity against anybody who ever said something about Vaughn since he passed.
See, that's stupid shit. That's what I don't understand. That's the thing I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely just don't get that. Like, if I'm Lil Durk and somebody killed my homie, I mean, shit, nigga, I'm gonna go get the nigga who I'm gonna go try to get the nigga who killed. I don't care about what you said. You did some. Yeah, I'm gonna be mad at you. That might make me want to fight you or something like that, but that don't make me want to. If I want to go get back, if I'm a gangster, whatever this, that, third, if I want to go get back, I want to go get back on the nigga who did it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But even that don't make sense because that ain't gonna bring your homie back. So,
yeah.
And not for nothing, I believe this clip was actually taken out of the original interview, but of course, everyone has it.
Everybody got it.
Slide for Vaughn comments.
They ain't saying that no more.
I don't know if people still say it.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. You be seeing the comments a lot?
They kind of chilled out a little bit.
I wonder why. We different in Iraq.
I feel like speaking of Pab.
See how he keeps up? We different in Iraq. See that stupid ass mindset? No, you're not different in Iraq. Niggas getting killed, and it's killers in every place, every city across the world. It's not different in Iraq. It's the same. It might be like.
I like the.
Yeah,
I used to think that
so?
dumb shit too,
Anyway,
though.
this would be the government's trial memorandum.
What
The
hell that
charged
mean?
conspiracy to kill Taekwon Bowman and others responsible for King Von's death continued after the Los Angeles murder. Taekwon Bowman, TB, that is Quando Rondo. Count 2 of the FSI alleges the defendants engaged in conspiracy to stalk and kill individuals whom the co-conspirators believed were responsible for Von's death, including Quando Rondo. Proof that the conspiracy continued following SR's murder, who is Lil Pab, will be presented through anticipated cooperator testimony and exhibits. For example, the government will seek to admit Exhibit 125, which is a text thread between a burner phone used by Durk and multiple co-conspirators, including defendant Wilson, co-conspirator 4 and 5. Specifically, on December 25th, 2022, defendant Durk sent the text message and voice recording telling his co-conspirators that an affiliate
On Christmas.
of Quando reached
Lord
out to
have mercy.
squash the rivalry and ask for peace. Durk told his co-conspirators he rejected the peace offering, stating, "I'm not hopping on the phone to squash a rivalry because this for Thang and Vaughn," talking about D-Thang, his cousin. He continued,
D-Thang, his brother.
"Call me about peace, take the piece of this switch," referencing a machine gun like the one used by the conspirators to kill Lil Pab.
So remember that. This is why I tell y'all, it don't matter if he's innocent or not. It matters what the jury will believe. Matters what story they can sell to the jury. So, with that being said, the jury is going to be filled with. The jury's not going to be filled with a bunch of drill rap fans. The jury is going to be filled with 40 and 50-year-old men and women, 60, 70, some of them probably. I say anywhere between 30 and 70 men and women from suburban areas, from different walks of life, who parents put them in private school, who have kids of their own, who have wives and husbands of their own. And they're going to look at this and they're going to say, oh, they're going to look at all of this evidence that we know about. The credit cards, the plane tickets, the witnesses, the voice messages, the text messages, the rap songs, the interview. They're going to look at all of this and they're going to be like, that nigga did that shit. Guilty. Cause think about it like this too, bro. That jury ain't trying to go in the back and go back and forth for 16 hours about who did what, and they're not trying to do that. So it just gets to a point where it's like it's hard to believe that the jury is gonna see all this evidence and be like, nah, I don't think he did it.
August 19th, 2022. A voice message defendant Durk sent to his co-conspirators immediately after. This text message crystallized his intent. Defendant Durk reiterated he rejected the peace offering and made clear he still wanted Taekwon Bowman, aka Quando, dead, and your homie Quando's rap name can die. Defendant Durk and co-defendants also discussed the conspiracy in a text thread titled The Family. For example, on August 23rd, 2023, the co-conspirators discussed their suspicions that PW1 was ready to snitch on them. Using the same The Family chat, defendant Durk and Wilson also made statements that the government will argue are direct admissions of their participation in Pab's murder. In the thread, defendant Durk admitted that crazy blood ninjas don't slide or hurt, motherfucker, leaving it all up to us. And discussing members of King Von's O-Block set of black disciples. Specifically, Banks stated that O-Block hopped in some New York shit and they playing with Von name now, and that we staying out of other ninjas' wars. Ninjas don't hop in ours. Now, I'm not gonna say that that's literally saying they did the murder.
Bro.
But they're blatantly saying O Block ain't doing shit. O Block ain't sliding. And if I remember, you know, it's been a lot of years. O Block,
Again, a bunch of 40 and 50-year-old, probably mostly Caucasian. This is in LA, right? The murder is in LA. So I don't know where I'm pretty sure the case is going to be in LA. Let's talk about LA. It's not a lot of black people. Okay, so they're going to be Los Angeles County is where they're going to get the jurors from. So there's probably very high likelihood that most of the jury will be Caucasian and Asian. Most of the jury won't ever have anything to do. They will look at this. The jury will listen to one Lil Durk song and think that he's the damn devil himself. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't get into that. Those are the people who think that drill rap is demonic and those people are evil and those people are killers and they're crazy and they're gang members and my son needs to stay away from them, right? So again, you want the old, middle-aged to older, white and Asians to listen and see all of this shit and see these text messages and be like, nah, he ain't do it. Not guilty. Across the street from the Beverly Center, where it's all type of designer stores, fucking tourists was around. Like, it's just stupid.
kept dying. More people from O Block kept getting killed, whether they were killing each other, getting killed in other places. Muna Duke was another big name who was around Vaughn. Yeah. He ended up getting killed. There was a video that came out of a fight, and then one kid from O Block killed the other kid from O Block.
Hey, Roy.
If I'm being completely honest here, I think that when Vaughn died, the money in O Block also died. Mm-hmm. And unless Quando and them were going to Chicago, it doesn't sound like O Block was leaving O Block. Exactly. Evidence shows the defendants continued to stalk Quando after Pab's murder is material to prove multiple disputed issues, including to show Durk's involvement in the conspiracy, his leadership over the co-conspirators, his motive to avenge Vaughn's death, and to refute any suggestion that defendant Durk and Wilson were passive observers of the LA murder. Now, the snitches, the truthful testimony provisions of plea agreements. The government intends to call witnesses who have ended plea agreements in which they agree to cooperate with the government. The plea agreements each contain a provision that requires the witness to fully cooperate with the government, including by testifying as a witness if called up to do so. The plea agreements also include provisions requiring the cooperating witnesses to be honest and forthcoming and to render truthful testimony. So obviously it's not saying who's gonna snitch, but it is saying people charged with federal crimes.
I don't understand. So you have text messages, phone calls, flight records, phone records. Everybody who was there killing people is people who you're closely associated with. You're texting, talking about the murder, and you have snitches, and y'all think he gonna beat the case.
Have agreed to plea out. Whether it's in this case or other cases, they have agreed to cooperate. They will be called in, and to seal that plea agreement, they're gonna have to cooperate against Durk and everyone else involved in this case.
They could.
Now, does that surprise me?
No.
No. But again, we have Drew Finling and we have Brian Steele. Two of the best lawyers in the country, the best lawyers that money can buy, defending Durk. I'm interested in seeing how this plays out. I'm interested in seeing how much Ross is able to cover, because whatever witnesses come in to testify, Ross is going to be the first one to see them in person. He's going to see Durk. He's going to see the co-defendants. He's going to see the rats. And he's gonna see how this plays out. So y'all stay tuned until the next update. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when the case is gonna start right now, but I'm also trying to figure out something else. So let's see. So this is what, from the research that I've done before, first of all, I'm trying to figure out when the case is going to start. Brian Steele and Drew Finland are the best lawyers that you can buy, but even the best lawyers, oh, this shit supposed to start in 2 days. The trial starts in 2 days. Wow. Yeah, it's about to be bad for Durkio, Smirkio. Drew Finland and Brian Steele are the best federal lawyers that you can buy, but even they have only had a few people. They've only beat the feds a few times. You know what I mean? I don't know how many times they gone to federal court, but they beat the feds before. But it's like I'll compare it to like baseball. Like if you have a batting average of a 300, which means you hit this ball 3 times, you hit this ball and got on base 3 times out of 10, right? That puts you in the Hall of Fame. So lawyers are a lot like that, where, yeah, they might be the best lawyers you can buy, but your percentage is still only 20 or 30%. It might be even less than that in the federal court system. The chances of you winning this case is still low. You just have the highest chances by paying these people. You see what I mean? So I find it rather interesting that, you know, these rappers think that they can just pay their way out of jail time sentences. Because here, and this is the reason why I don't really feel bad for Lil Durk. I feel bad for his children. I feel bad for his parents. But I don't feel bad for him. It's because why would you stoop down to their level that much? When you already done got rich and successful. You were supposed to move on. The best revenge for them would have been for you to win Grammys, start community centers and basketball courts and football fields and bowling alleys. You know, the Davon Bennett auditoriums. Like, the best revenge would have been to succeed, stay on a straight path, and kind of let God take over in that case, in that sense, right? But you didn't choose to do that. At least is what is being alleged. You didn't choose to do that. You didn't choose to take the high road and turn a blind eye. You chose to go outside, help plan to hunt these people down like animals, stalk them, kill them, and knowing the entire time that shit was illegal, and knowing the entire time, and you did it outside of the Beverly Center in Los Angeles, California. Probably one of the most, definitely in LA, one of the most other than Rodeo Drive, the Beverly Center and the Sunset Strip, which is right down the street. It's not like Hollywood and La Cienega. You just drive. The Beverly Center is on the left side. All you gotta do is keep straight and you'll be on the Sunset Strip. So those are like the main tourist attractions, right? And y'all shot and killed this man in the middle of LA with 100 and some witnesses, police on every block, phone records, everything like that. Is just like, why? And now what? Let's say you did do it. Let's say you get charged. Well, you already got charged for it, but let's say you get found guilty. What really happened? What did you really win? Okay, yeah, your friend got killed. It's very unfortunate. But your friend kind of put himself in that situation, first of all. So it's not like he was necessarily a victim. You know what I mean? But now you went and got get back, even though your friend's killer is still walking around every day. You killed somebody that wasn't even there the day that he died. But Lil Pab was in the streets from what it seems like. So he understood the consequences that came behind associating himself with these type of people. But you killed somebody who had nothing to do with the situation. You tried to kill somebody who was really the victim of the situation, because all Quando Rondo did was get hit. Really. All he did was get punched. You know what I mean? He didn't do nothing to nobody. So it's like, what do you have now? A cell, some bed bugs, and some rats, and some noodles to eat for the rest of your life? I think if Lil Durk gets found guilty, he's not ever getting out. I don't see him ever getting out of prison if he gets found guilty for this. I think he'll get life. If not, Maybe he don't get life, but he's 30. I think he like 31 or 32 or something like that. 20 to 30 years is life. It could very well be life in jail. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what comes with the streets, bro. Because you want to feel gangster for 5 minutes. Because that's all revenge. That's how long revenge lasts. It's 5 minutes. You feel good about it. Oh, somebody played with you, so you killed them, and you feel good about it for 5 minutes. You might smile for that day. You might drink a bottle that day. You might smoke a blunt that day, or whatever the case. Do a little bit of celebrating, and then guess what happens after that? Your friend's still gone, and then you get locked up, and now you got to sit in prison for 30, 40, 50 years, maybe the rest of your life. You got to sit in prison while your children grow up without a father. And to make it even worse, you was one of the most successful rappers in the world. From the projects and the hoods of Chicago, Illinois, you made a way for you and your family to never have to worry about anything else in the way ever again. And then you gave them something to worry about. You worked so hard to get to the mountaintop, and then you just jumped off. It should show people, it should teach people a lesson, bro. That, yeah, I understand you want to, get your get back, and you want to feel gangster, and you want to feel like nigga played with me and I did this, that, the third, whatever the case is. But what did it really get you? All it did was get you a jail sentence, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then you a high profile person, so they probably got you in solitary confinement. You in there losing your fucking mind. You got to sit in prison for I don't know how long. Meanwhile, guess what Quando Rondo gets to do? Go live his life. Quando Rondo gets to he's still with his children. He's still raising his children. Quando Rondo gets to grow up and go old and start a business, change his life, go to church, find God. He still has the privilege of the freedom that comes with all of that. And you just locked in a cell. And a few niggas on Instagram in the comments gonna say you kept it real. I mean, what's that? What's that to your son and your daughter? Yeah, my dad in prison forever, but at least Pookie and Ray Ray in the comments said he kept it real. I'm sure them kids would rather want their dad. I'm sure their kids would want their dad to pick them up and take them to school and talk to them on the phone and, come to their basketball games, their football games, their baseball games, stuff like that. I'm sure they'd rather their dad be in their life than their dad be a gangster in prison. But he kept it real. So that's just my thought process on it. And it's sad that he stooped down to the level of stupidity that and the vibration and frequency that everybody else was operating under, to the point where he fed into the bullshit so much that he found himself in a prison jail, bro, in a federal jail. Possibly in a prison cell for possibly the rest of his life. I don't even know, let me see, what are all the charges that he's facing? Y'all, I just got this new monitor, and it's so fucking raw. It looks so much better on my eyes and shit. I gotta get 2 more. So here are his federal charges: conspiracy to commit stalking, interstate stalking resulting in death, interstate stalking of a rival gang using a dangerous weapon, using interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, use, carrying, and discharge of firearms and machine guns in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death. And so, how much time is he facing in prison? So let's see. I'm pretty sure you can get life for all that shit though, but I just want to make sure I'm not tripping, because y'all like to say I'm making up shit. So Lil Durk faces a statutory maximum sentence of life in federal prison if convicted on these charges. Because the federal system does not offer parole, a life sentence would mean spending the remainder of his life behind bars. Murder for hire resulting in death. Under federal law, if a murder for hire plot results in the death of an individual, the mandatory minimum sentence is, oh my God. The mandatory minimum sentence is life, and the charges carry a maximum penalty of the death penalty. For the minimum sentence, the best you can get is life. And that's the minimum, gang. So you got to understand, if he gets charged for this, he'll never get out. It's mandatory. Even if the judge wanted to give him 20 years, he couldn't do it. So this is the one specific charge. So he has all of these charges, right? But even if he beats this, is he going to beat conspiracy? I don't think so. Is he going to beat... I don't know if he's going to beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is he going to beat all 6 charges? What is the likelihood of him beating all 6 charges with all the evidence we've seen? You know what I mean? And more than anything, bro, it's sad that he wasted all that talent, all that money, all that hard work, all that time he put in, all the producers, all the studio time, all the tours, all the shows, all the sleepless nights, all the sacrifices, all the time away from his kids. He wasted all that shit for the internet, really. You know what I'm saying? So for the internet and for the other street niggas that was around him that made him feel like he had to get back, which is why it's important to surround yourself with the right people, bro. Because if he was around the right people who told him to sit his ass down and chill out, if he would have listened to Wallow, he'd be straight. But by the time I think Wallow did that interview, it was already too late. So... yeah, and then you got the firearm and machine guns charges. The charge of using, carrying, and discharging firearms and machine guns in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death also carries a maximum penalty of life in prison or the death penalty. So if he gets charged, if he gets found guilty for this murder for hire resulting in death, he has to get life, but he could get the death penalty. If he gets found guilty for firearms and machine gun charges, then he could get at the most he could get life or he could get death. So this is the one right here. This is the one that's going to seal his fate. But even if he beats this, I mean, it's 5 other charges right here, bro. So what happens if they get 10 years for each one? That's 50 years. He ain't coming home. You know, he going to be 80-something years old by the time he come home. If he come home, he going to be clinging on to life, bro. And then you in prison, so you ain't getting took care of. You're not eating right. You might be working out, but you know, you're not eating right. It's dirty everywhere. It's not sanitary at all. You don't have the proper conditions to really live your life to the fullest, statistically. So it's like, it's sad to see, bro. It's sad to see. It's sad for me, it's really sad because I watched him come up and I watched him, you know, I just watched him turn nothing into something and then go back to nothing. And more than anything, that shit's sad.